What's up, you guys? It's Bianca Ariana here, and I'm back again with another video for you guys today. And as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be letting you guys know how I moved out at 19 years old. Basically, I told you guys to ask me some questions on my Instagram, and I have a couple questions to answer for you guys. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. It probably won't take long, but I'm gonna answer some questions for you guys about how I moved out and stuff like that. If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. And if you're not new, welcome back to my channel, sis. And we're gonna just hop right on into this video, you guys. So y'all, I have all the questions on my phone. Just a little background. The reason I moved is because I just wanted my own space, and I just felt like at my age I was doing good for myself to be able to handle life on my own and stuff like that. And yeah, I just wanted my own space. I just felt like I could progress more if I was on my own, living in my own space. And I just felt like my mind would be a little bit more rejuvenated. I'll have a little bit of fresh air moving out on my own and stuff like that. And I'll be a little bit more happier moving out on my own. So that's one reason why I did move out and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go into detail of any other reasons or whatever, because that's not really what I want to talk about, but that's just one of the reasons that I moved out or whatever. Just a little background. Well, not really background, but that's just one of the reasons that I decided to move out and stuff like that. The first thing someone asked me is, what were some saving techniques you used? The best saving technique that I used so far, and I still actually do this, basically I ended up, well, I've already had 2 bank accounts or whatever. I opened up a third one with I really opened up a third bank account a long time ago. This was when I wasn't even ready to move out, but basically I used one account for saving, like just apartment saving in general, like saving for furniture, anything. So I had one account that I used for just saving for an apartment. I wasn't even approved yet, and I was still saving in that apartment. Saving in that account just for an apartment. I had an account just for an apartment, like literally putting money into that account every day, or or every week or whatever, just so when I am ready to move out, or when I do get approved, or when I do find a place that I like, I will already have money set in stone in that account for the apartment. So that's what I always do. I would say, in my opinion, this is something that I do. You can take it, you can take it and probably use it or whatever, but if not, then I don't know. Basically, one account is for my needs and wants. Well, basically what I want to do, like get my hair done, or get my nails done, or anything like that, or buy clothes that I want, or buy food or whatever if I don't feel like cooking in the house, stuff like that. And I do have one account for strictly like smaller bills, strictly smaller bills or whatever that I have. And then I have one account for like rent and stuff like that, or just apartment needs, you feel me? So I feel like it's easy to have at least 3 accounts. I do feel like, yeah, it's easier to have just 3 accounts. I'm not going to go really into detail about that because that's kind of personal. Yeah, I do feel like it's easier if you have 3 accounts. One account for apartment, just like even if you're not set in stone on what apartment you want to move into, I do still feel like you should have an account just for apartment. Like, this is account just for apartment money. This is apartment money right here. Like, this is stacked up apartment money that I can use for a couple months worth of rent, or if I want to get furniture, if I want to get this, that's that account. And then you have your account for like for yourself, like if you want to do like self-care, or if you just want to have money to yourself, if you want to go shopping, something like that. And then another account for like smaller bills, I guess. Yeah, like smaller bills, small bills that can come out of that account. Basically, that's the saving technique that I use. It has worked for a really long time. Like, I haven't had to go in different accounts and move money and all that. I haven't had to really do that. So I feel like having 3 accounts and stuff like that really works. And also having cash, because I am a server, so having cash as well is something that's good as well. Someone said, how hard was it? I don't have my contacts in, so like if I be squinting and stuff, I can't see. How hard was it to find the right place? This is really big, and I'm really going to give advice on this part. I feel like, make sure you actually look. Like, one thing that I kind of regret is not going to a lot of apartment tours. I've went to a couple, probably like 3 I went to apartments but not actually toured them, and I feel like I would have something that I really want, because I've always wanted to stay downtown in the city, but I actually didn't stay in this. I didn't, you know, find an apartment in the city that I kind of liked. Maybe because I didn't really look, but I feel like if I would have looked a little bit more, that's just what I feel. I feel like if I would have looked a little bit more, I would have found something. I think I kind of just jumped into this apartment that I'm in now because of the fact that I got it so easily. And that's the thing too, I got the apartment easy. Like some apartments takes a really long time to get it. Like you have to go through a long process. I'm going to get into that part as well, but I think finding the right place is something that I kind of like push to the side. Like, I mean, this place is nice, I'm not gonna lie, this place that I found is nice, but I feel like I could have kept looking, if you see what I'm saying. I feel like I could have looked and found something that I actually do, you know, love, not just something, okay, I do like this, like, you know, I think I will like staying here or whatever, but I think I should have looked a little bit more, because it is hard finding the right place. And I think because I didn't want to wait much longer, that I just jumped into where I'm at now. You know, I don't have as much as I really want. Like, you know, I want my kitchen to be this certain way. Like my, you know, I'm not gonna lie, the apartment that I have right now is perfect. I mean, it's not perfect, but I love the apartment that I'm in now. Like, it's coming together. I'm doing a lot of shopping for the apartment, but I do feel like I could have looked a little bit more. I could have looked a little deeper into some of these apartments, or have toured a lot more. I could have toured a lot more apartments, and I think I kind of missed out on that because of the fact that it was so hard looking for a place, especially what area you want to stay in, or, you know, how far is it from your job and stuff like that. So I think I could have looked a little bit more when it came down to apartments. But I know next time, when it's time for me to look for another apartment or wherever I'm going to be looking at next, I need to actually look more instead of just kind of going with one place and be like, bump it, I'll just apply here and stuff like that, or I'll just stay in this apartment, whatever. I need to look a little bit more and look and see what I really want. Someone said, did you save up? I hear a lot of people don't and some do. I did save up because I have a bad habit of just spending money, and I knew that I was saving up for something that I really wanted, which was an apartment. So I did do a lot of saving up. Because one of my big issues that I have, and I'm glad that I did move because I kind of don't have that issue anymore, was eating out a lot, you guys. I did eat out a lot, and most of my money went towards eating out a lot. Me being able to save up kind of put a hold on me eating out a lot or whatever, saving up for an apartment, because it's like, girl, you trying to save up for this apartment, you about to move in and stuff like that. All that eating out is not necessary. I did save up because I think everybody should save up for an apartment, because you just never know what kind of hiccup you'll have. Like, you never know if you saving up for your apartment or whatever. Just saving in general is very important, because you just never know, like, any inconveniences you may have. Like, you may have a flat tire. I've had that before. I've had a flat tire come up probably where my car note was due. Like, it's little stuff like that. You may have a flat tire, something might break that need to get fixed. You may, you know, just anything that may happen. You just never know what happens. So I feel like saving up in general is very important. Some people that don't save may come into a lot of issues. I feel like what I've, you know, heard from a lot of people that's like way older than me, they always told me to save. Make sure you have this amount saved up. Make sure you have a good amount, up to this amount saved up. Make sure you have money just saved, just so you won't, you know, just so you can have something to fall back on, just in case you may need something, or just in case something may happen. I do feel like it is important to save. And yes, I did save because, you know, I listen to older people a lot. Like, I listen to a lot of people that been there, done that. So, you know, taking advice from them as well is something that has pushed me along my journey of moving out, and just a lot of things that I, you know, go through. I always think about, okay, this is what my parents was talking about, or this is what so-and-so was talking about when they was telling me, you know, advice or whatever. So yeah, I did save up as well. Someone said down payments, the process, application fees, being denied and approved, etc. Down payments, basically what I did was, okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. She kind of put it out of order, but the first thing is actually being denied and approved. So well, the first thing is application fee. So you apply for the apartment that you like. They're gonna ask for application fee. Sometimes your application fees range from $50 to up to maybe $100. I don't really know, but my application fee was only $75. So you basically, after you apply for the apartment, you go ahead and pay your application fee. You're gonna have to pay application fee just for them to process your application. So that's the first thing. Apply for the apartment, pay the application fee, boom. Now you waiting to get approved or denied. My approval, me knowing if I was approved or denied, I think I had to wait about, I did it on like a Thursday or a Friday, and I got approved on that Monday. So approval and denied, being approved and being denied doesn't take long at all for you to know that, unless the apartment is just backed up on applications or whatever. But in my case, it only took a weekend, and they called me and told me I was approved. Basically, she said the process. After being approved, basically they go ahead and basically tell you your moving date. Like, okay, on some, let me backtrack a little bit. On some of the apartments that you apply for, it's going to have the moving date on there, like when the apartment would be ready, or just anything like that. So the apartment that I had, the apartment dates they had was like June, July, middle of May, beginning of May, stuff like that. No, the apartment I actually applied for, I think, was ready in April, but they said someone was still there, and they was waiting to be noticed. Basically, they was waiting on their notice to like come up or whatever when it's time for them to move out. So my apartment date ended up getting changed. So because I don't know if it was like I don't know if my moving date was the end of April or May, but somehow it got changed to May. So basically the process, they call you, update you, let you know what you need to do. They called me and let me know I need to go in and pay, what fee was that? I had to pay some fee that I had to, it was some fee that I had to pay just so they can like hold the apartment, just so like nobody else will kind of get the apartment, because I already got it if I put this money down. So I had to pay that fee. I can't think of what the name of that is. And then really after that, they'll call you and let you know, are you still moving in, are you ready to move in, stuff like that. Your moving date, the day that it actually tells you that you're going to be moving in. Okay, I was supposed to move in, let me backtrack a little bit too. I was supposed to move in, I think May 15th. That was actually my move-in date, but they're not going to tell you, well, they're going to tell you, they're supposed to tell you that your apartment is not going to be ready that actual move-in date. It takes 7 days for them to kind of clean up the apartment, paint, whatever they need to do. It takes 7 days. So my apartment move-in date got moved up to like May 24th. Yeah, that was my move-in date, May 24th, because I had to wait 7 days for them to clean it up and everything like that, make it look spick and span, whatever. So that was kind of the process. The process was really easy. I actually found out that I was moving like probably a month before, so it was kind of like a long wait. But then again, once you get approved, the time gonna be going by so fast. You're gonna be like, dang, I move next week. Like, you know, that's how it kind of was. In my case, I waited last minute to pack. I waited the day before my moving day to actually pack up everything. Y'all seen in the vlog, I packed up everything a day before, and that was hectic as fuck. Like, it was really hectic. Yeah, it was really hectic when I waited last minute to pack up everything, because you don't know you have a lot of stuff until you start moving and stuff like that. She said down payments. Basically what I did was, since I moved in before rent was due, like I moved in like a week before rent was actually due, so I didn't have to pay, like some people have to pay first month's rent, last month's rent. So since I moved in at the actual end of the month, I didn't have to pay nothing but like $300 some dollars. But I went ahead and paid the first month's rent, which was June's rent. I went ahead and paid that up front. I went ahead and paid the first month's rent, and I went ahead and paid the June's rent, and I went ahead and paid my move-in date fee, which was the $300 some dollars. But I feel like the process was really easy. The only part that I felt was kind of nerve-wracking was the moving process. The moving process was really, really stressful, because I decided I wanted to move in the beginning of the summer, which was like the end of May, and it was so hot outside. I think that was the only part that was nerve-wracking a little bit. Just moving in when it was hot. I'm on the 3rd floor, so moving all that stuff up. I started in the beginning of the day, which was like 7 in the morning, 7, 8 in the morning. I started early as hell, and it was so hot. So I feel like just the moving process, moving everything process was hard, not the actual moving in process. Let me touch on this too. a lot of apartments, especially if you're moving into like the city or whatever, or even the outskirts of the city, like I say the outskirts, even if you move into the outskirts, they're gonna expect you to make they're gonna expect you to make 3 times the rent. I'm telling you that now. They're gonna expect you to make 3 times the rent. Some apartments expect you to make 3 times the rent, and some apartments approve you off of credit. My apartment approved me off of credit, so make sure you have credit, or make sure you're making enough money, because and they gonna want proof of, if they go off of how much you make, they gonna want like check stubs, they gonna want like bank statements, they gonna want certain stuff like that. Even if they go off of credit, they still gonna want to know where you work and all that. They gonna still want to know all that. Make sure your credit is good. Make sure your credit is A1, you guys. I haven't had like a credit card. The only thing that is building my credit right now is my car note. Well, my apartment, of course, but before I had an apartment, what was building my credit was my car note. Yeah, make sure you guys, make sure y'all credit is good. Make sure you make enough, because even if you do little stuff like you're an influencer or something like that, you do you make money off like Instagram or like promo and stuff like that, you have to show proof of that. Like, I don't really, you know too much about showing proof of that. I know like you can probably make money and deposit money into your accounts and stuff like that and show bank statements, but sometimes bank statements don't always work. That's harder as well if you're an influencer or whatever, and you make money off like YouTube, or you make money off of doing promo for brands and all that, or you sell hair or something on the side. Like, that can make it harder for you to actually move, especially somewhere like in the city without credit or whatever. I mean, with just credit, but some apartments don't just look at credit or whatever. Some apartments want to know where you work at. Some apartments want to know how much you making and stuff like that. But everything so far is really, really good. Another question that I had was, how's your apartment coming along? It's actually coming along really good. I feel like I'm procrastinating a little bit because I'm getting a lot of stuff like kind of late. Like big stuff like furniture and stuff, but I haven't found anything that I actually like. But I feel like I want to get like the smaller stuff first, like, food. You want to get food in your refrigerator, you want to get cleaning supplies, you want to get TVs, you want to get comforters, you want to get a whole bunch of bathroom decor, you want to get a lot of stuff like that. That's just the only thing I waited a long time to kind of, when I could have been got my furniture. But when you move into your own place, you do your stuff on your own time. Like, a lot of people be making it seem like you gotta have your furniture and all that right then. Like, you really don't. Okay, you can, because you like, you can, but you do all your stuff in your own time, unless like you have a lot of people coming over your place. But most of the time, I'm just moving at my own pace. You move at your own pace when you in your own spot. Like, you in your own pace. It ain't like you gotta jump up and just get everything right then. Like, you can go at your own speed. You don't gotta just rush and get everything. But yeah, that was all the questions that I had, you guys. I hope I gave y'all enough information. Moving is pretty easy, unless like, you have a different way of you making money, that you can kind of prove that you make this amount of money that you make. Like, say if you make $3,000, you make the $3,000, but you don't have a way to prove it. Like, you can't just, it ain't like you can just go up to somebody and be like, oh, this is my bank account. Like, they not gonna approve you like that. You have to show proof of, do you make this amount of money? They want to see proof. So make sure your credit is good. Make sure you have proof of income, you guys. A lot of places, especially in places like downtown in the city and stuff like that, Buckhead, they gonna want proof that you make that amount of money, or they're not gonna approve you. You're gonna get denied. But if your credit is good and you have one of those apartments that look just on credit, you're gonna be good. They're still gonna be asking you where you work, but that credit is what's gonna get you approved, you guys. Just how I got approved off of credit, you guys. So make sure your credit is good. Make sure you're starting to build your credit now. The fastest way I can say you can build your credit is getting a credit card, which I need to get. Like, even my credit is good, but I feel like my credit can go up a little bit more faster. So I would say get you a credit card, build your credit like that. Actually look, don't do what I did, just jump into an apartment because you're like, okay, it's nice, but it's not really what you want. Make sure you guys are look really, really hard for an apartment. Go tour the apartments. Go look and see, okay, is this what I actually want, because I want this apartment. Like, the one I'm in, I wanted this apartment, but it's not something that I dreamed of. Like, them little city apartments or whatever, it's not one of those that I've actually dreamed of, but it's still something that is beginner friendly or whatever, and it's something that's really nice. So yeah, if you're looking for something, to your liking, make sure you guys are looking, because it's really, really hard to find one. Make sure the areas are nice, and yeah, just make sure you're saving your money, taking into consideration of 3 accounts. Even if you just have 2 accounts, use just one of them accounts for bills or just apartment, you know, however you want to do it, saving cash, whatever you want to do, just to make sure you have enough months worth of rent, at least like 3 months of rent saved up. That is a good start. I feel like 3, 4, 5 months of rent is a good start to go ahead and move out, especially when your rent isn't that high. But rent nowadays, you guys, in 2021, rent is expensive. Rent is expensive. I ain't gonna tell you how much my rent is. I mean, it's expensive, but I ain't gonna tell you how much my rent is. But rent is expensive, you guys. Like, rent is expensive. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Comment any other questions that you have. If you want me to do a part 2, I most definitely will do that. If you guys have any more questions, if I didn't spill all the tea in this video, make sure you guys ask some more questions. I will be glad to answer you guys' questions in the comments or whatever. But if you want me to do a part 2 of anything, because I have a lot more questions I can actually answer for you guys, yeah, make sure you guys let me know what you want to ask or whatever, because I'm here. I'm old enough to explain everything or whatever. I'm still learning some stuff, but I am, I'm still learning, and I have took a lot in. I've took a lot of advice in. I've took a lot of notes about everything. I'm still learning a lot of stuff. So if you have any questions or whatever, you can be, feel free to ask me, because I most definitely will be able to help. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications so when hit that bell for post notifications so you can notify every time I post a video. Yeah, it's Bianca Ariana here, and I'm tuning out, you guys. I love y'all so much. Let me know if this video was helpful, and yeah. Bye, you guys.